I am in Edam, north of the Netherlands, in a province called Noord-Holland. And the idea is that I'm riding the West-Friese Omringdijk. I've done that before, it's quite a nice route in North Holland. And it's quite close by, starting point. First lit highways, an hour, and that's not fun at all. It's boring. Highways are quite boring, so I did not use my cameras. But here in Edam, that's quite a nice town. Looks pretty. Some ships, little harbor. It's beautiful weather. Because that is another thing. I had originally in mind today to go to La Roche-en-Ardenne in the Belgium Ardennes, because that's a very pretty scenery over there, pretty landscape, pretty area. But the weather expectations, the weather forecast for La Roche was rain this afternoon, and I don't like riding in the rain. If it is possible to avoid it, then I like to avoid it. But here in North Holland, the weather expectations are way better, as you can see. And I have to say, I have not seen that earlier before, but look, this looks quite pretty. Edam is quite an old town. Volendam is very close by, it's quite famous in the Netherlands. And in a couple of minutes I should reach the dike alongside the IJsselmeer, which is a huge piece of water. Officially it's a lake, but you can't call it a lake, it's more a sea. It's that large. Schaardam, a very little town, very close by the water. And that was Schaardam. Now the thing is, it's Sunday, it's beautiful weather. So what I experienced already now is a lot of bicycles. Because on a day like this, everybody go out and everybody wants to see something and everybody wants to enjoy himself, herself. So it's busy on the dikes. But this view is quite beautiful, right? Yeah. It's a pretty view. And that's what I meant with lots of bicycles. Bicycles everywhere. I'm also driving behind a very old Ferrari. That's another hobby, driving an old Ferrari. He's making a lot of noise. And a lot of bicycles again. And not a lot of bicycles again. Ah. And what a little bit pity is now, Netherlands is a land of dikes. So in most cases, if you want to travel around a little bit, riding across the country, then you're riding next to dikes. And then you see nothing, because the dike is covering the view at the water. How to solve that? Well, then you go. Can I put the bike down here? It's a little bit. How's the underground? Yeah, it's doable. Okay. So, then another thing to fix that is by going upstairs and then look around a little bit. Hello. Yeah, that's what I meant. This is a view, right? And this is the IJsselmeer. And that's a very large piece of water. Okay, I've seen it. A very long time ago. A couple of, what is it? 100 years back? Not completely sure about it. I have to look it up at the internet. But originally the IJsselmeer was sea. Open sea. And then, if I remember correctly, an engineer called Lely has put a very large dike in that sea, turning it into a lake. I have arrived at the West-Friese Omringdijk. This is part of the route. And the total route is circling around for about 140 kilometers. Through an area in North Holland. But as you can see, it's busy. Yeah, okay, 2 cars in front of me, but those are not the only ones. So, because of the weather, because it's Sunday, well, most of the people are out doing things outside. So I have to be careful. I'm leaving that little town and I should have, yeah, exactly. I should have the IJsselmeer here again. And now I'm allowed to drive not besides the dike, but I can drive on it. So then I have some things to look at, which is water. A huge, endless amount of water. But I like it. Enkhuizen is coming up, about 10 kilometers further up north. Enkhuizen is also a pretty town. I'm not sure if it is a town. I think it's a little bit larger than that. But all those places are quite famous and lying alongside the IJsselmeer. Time for lunch. Beautiful spot. Enkhuizen North. Indeed. Yeah, that's a little bit pity. I have a waypoint somewhere up front and then I need to turn around and then go back. Okay. I could have seen that coming. So then simply turn around here and oh, wrong again. Oh, now I'm stupid, busy in a stupid way. I should be more careful looking at the Garmin at the route. Here then. McDonald's. I'm not in the mood for McDonald's. Oh, u moet hier zijn. Gaat uw gang. Yep, I want to have the special petrol without all that bio shit in it. Because when I'm back home, there's a very good chance that today this is my last ride for a month. I think, well, I'm not completely sure about it, but okay. And if I'm going to put the bike away for a long period, then having petrol in the tank with all that bio stuff in it is causing all kinds of troubles. So I'm loading up now with special super. It's called super, without all the rubbish in it. Een steam, ja, gemaal. Steam museum, steam machine museum, that's what it is. Beautiful. I asked the traffic controller there if it is allowed to put my drone up, and he said, yeah. Oh, look at that, fantastic. I'm going to put it here. That's nice. First, the drone up. Medemblik. So I did the steam engine museum, which was pretty nice. But I needed to buy a ticket to look inside, and I had the feeling that that will take me a little bit too much time, cost me too much time. This, oh, fantastic, beautiful. Yeah, that's nice. Medemblik in the sunshine. Quite nice. Lovely. Yeah, this has some atmosphere. But in the sunshine, most of the things do have atmosphere. There is even a train running for the tourists. That's a little bit too much for me now. That was Medemblik. Let's continue. And I think that... come up. Yeah, I thought so. So I'm going to leave at IJsselmeer. Going to leave the water now, that's behind me. And now I'm going to ride a little bit more the inland. Riding across the countryside, which as I can remember correctly from a couple of years back, is also very nice riding. Endless views over vast farmlands. All kinds of green, horses, cows. Yeah, pretty nice. Sint Maarten. We do have an island somewhere in the Caribbean that is also called Sint Maarten. That is far away. Very far away. And now we are going to drive the smaller inland roads. What the hell is this for a car? A Suzuki. Suzuki, I don't know. Suzuki 500 Fronte, or sort of. Oh, I do see here some more of these kind of things driving around there. There's some kind of a tour of classic, old classic cars going on, sort of. It's busy on the dike. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What the hell is this? Yeah. Three-wheelers. Very old ones. What's twice now? It's quite a long stretch. I think it's more interesting if I can put the bike down and then they can make some distance. It is busy on the dike. Very busy. Lot of more of these kind of things up front also. Spitfires. This is a Spitfire tour. Fantastic. Is there a place where I can put the bike down and take a break or sort of? I think so, somewhere.
Riding in the upper half of North Holland is really a pretty adventure. I loved it. Driving back home I did the highway again, and because that's quite boring I switched the cameras off. I hope you like the movie. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. Thank you very much.